that we agree to live in harmony and set aside all that divides for the sake of humanity. Would you say yes? Yes, yes, yes. If that we agree to meet on common ground, plant the tree and spread the fruit of love all around, would you say yes? Yes, yes, yes. Come on, everybody, say it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. If you believe it, say yes, yes, yes. You believe like I believe we can make a better world. Listen to each other, feel every voice is heard. And yes, 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 yes. But we said we found a way to end all poverty. So people will live with dignity from sea to shining. Oh, we say yes. Come on, everybody, say yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. If you believe in liberty, say yes, yes, yes. Come on, everybody, say yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. If you believe in liberty, say yes, yes, yes.
Good morning. My name is Linda Sletton, and we welcome you to Unity. We recognize each of you as wise and loving, powerful spiritual beings. Thank you for sharing your radiant presence with us today. Please make sure your cell phones and any other electronic devices are turned off so that they will not interfere with our system. Please join me in the opening prayer. We take a moment and center ourselves in this time and this place, and we're so grateful for each person here. We're grateful for today, and we're grateful for this beautiful spiritual facility. We affirm a blessing on every person here and everyone who is watching online, that they will receive exactly what they need to live even more joyful life, that they will receive that from today's service. We also affirm a blessing on our speaker, knowing that all words will be divinely inspired this morning. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Please join me as we declare together our opening affirmation. Together. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, God, the good omnipotence. We are delighted to have our very own Jeff Means as our guest speaker today.
It better be good.
He's an active participant in various 12-step programs for many decades, and it was through that participation that Jeff found Unity in 1993. He married his beloved wife Jan in 1995, and they enjoyed 26 years of wedded adventure until she passed earlier this year. They first walked through the doors of Unity North Tampa in 2009 and were faithful attendees as long as Jan's health allowed. Jeff was a presenter for SERV, an alcohol education program, for 5 years, and has presented at several CODA regional conferences. If this is your first time at Unity North Tampa, we extend a warm welcome to you. Please raise your hand and one of the ushers will bring you a flower and a welcome packet. Anyone here for the first time? Okay. We know that you had many choices of where to be this Sunday morning, and we are honored that you chose to be with us. We believe that you were divinely guided to be here today, and we affirm that you are being blessed by being with us. Okay, we now ask that the prayer box be brought forward. The requests are prayed for here during the month, and then they are sent to Unity Village, where they receive prayer for another 30 days. The Daily Word is a daily devotional that inspires us to express our spiritual nature. We ask that you center within and listen deeply as we share today's message. John will read our daily word in English, and David will read the Spanish version.
Good morning. Good morning. I say yes to joy. That invites me in this moment. Joy is the call of my heart, whether I am at work or at play. I bring a spirit of joyfulness to everything I do. More than a mood or an attitude, joy is part of me and mine to live and to share. Like all aspects of my divine identity, joy flowers in my consciousness when I hold joyful thoughts and feelings. I express my joy as the excitement of feelings, of anticipation, fascination at the new discoveries in my life, deep satisfaction in my relationships, and the tranquil glow from communing with God in prayer. My joy is contagious. I love to share it. I feel feelings of joy when I take part of a friends' or family's members' joyous moments, their celebrations and accomplishments. I feel quite quiet joy when I comfort, when I encourage others, and I'm grateful to share in care and love of God. Rejoice always. 1 Thessalonians 5:16.
Buenos días. Domingo 15 de agosto del 2021. La palabra de hoy es gozo. Digo sí al gozo de este momento. El gozo es el llamado de mi corazón. Ya sea que esté en el trabajo o descansando, imbuyo todo lo que hago con un sentido de alegría. Más que un estado de ánimo, el gozo es parte de mi esencia. Como todos los aspectos de mi identidad divina, la alegría florece en mi conciencia cuando tengo pensamientos y sentimientos alegres y optimistas. Expreso mi gozo mediante el entusiasmo y la anticipación de cada nuevo descubrimiento, de cada satisfacción en una relación, en el suave brillo de comulgar con Dios en oración. Mi alegría es contagiosa y amo compartirla. Experimento gozo cuando soy parte de los momentos alegres de mis amigos y familiares, sus celebraciones y logros. Me siento alegre cuando ofrezco consuelo, agradecido por el poder de compartir el amor de Dios. Y de 1 Tesalónicas 5:16, estén siempre gozosos. Que así sea.
Let's prepare for meditation by listening to Dropping Down, performed by Karen Drucker.
dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. Surrendering in love. Surrendering in love. Surrendering into the truth of who I am. 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 Dropping to the truth of who I am. Dropping.
I think I'm on, yeah. Well, today I'd like you to sit back in your seats, relax. Relax. Close your eyes if you wish. Take a few deep breaths, just one. And release. Two. And release. Three. And release. We're going on a little journey. Not long, but peaceful. And what do we see as we go into this journey? But a little narrow path into the woods. A very narrow path, but one that we have chosen to take. And we look down that path, and we see trees, many trees. And we feel a cool breeze washing over us, making our life feel good. And we continue this walk and we go around a bend, and we see a tree. This tree is bright, it's illuminated, it's gorgeous. And we go to this tree and there's fruit on it. And we hear from the tree, take one of these fruits and eat. This is my substance. So we do. We take the fruit, we put it in our mouth, and it is the best tasting fruit that we've ever had. And we take more bites and more bites and more bites. And as we finish the fruit, we hear from the tree a message. And the message is, this is the tree of knowledge. This information is essential to you. Take, eat, learn. Without knowledge, the progression along this path is more difficult. And you say, yes, yes, I love this fruit. And the fruit's light dims, and you go along the path again, and around another little bend in the road path, you see another tree that's brightly lit up. And this tree also is beckoning to you. Come to me, have my fruit. So you do. And you go there and you take the fruit and you eat it. And the tree says to you in a still voice, this is the tree of understanding. With this fruit you can now understand all of the knowledge that you have been given in your life. Take, eat this fruit, live this fruit, spread this joy of understanding. And you take this fruit and you finish it, and the tree dims. So you know there's another little bit of path to walk. So you go along the path. And in the mist, you see bright light, something you've never seen before. And it's not one tree, it's 50, 100, 1,000 trees. Brightly glowing in the future, or in the distance. And those trees are beckoning to you, but they're different. Each tree has fruit of every color in the rainbow, plus black and white. And you look at them, but you can't taste this fruit. This fruit is all different colors, all different sizes, all different types. But you hear that still, small voice. And that voice says, this is the tree of life. Life is everything, everybody, all races, all beliefs. And the still small voice says, this tree of life will give you the understanding and the knowledge and the way to apply it in your life. So take the blessings of the tree of life and walk down the path, because the exit is near. And as we approach the exit of this little garden, all the light recedes in the background, and we look up, and the light is bright in the sky. And we know that everything that we need in life, we have just experienced. And then you hear a voice as you leave, and you're not sure where it comes from. But it says, you are loved, you are loving, you are love. And it says it again, you are loved, you are loving, you are love. And you take that in and say it to yourself. So repeat to yourself or out loud, I am loved, I am loving, I am love. One more time. I am loved. I am loving. I am love. And as we go into the silence, keep those words in your mind. Those are God's words in the silence. And as we come out of the silence, we realize that we're in a chair. We're right here, Unity North Tampa. And we take our new meaning of life. I am loved, I am loving, I am love. And take it towards the prayer box. For these people are loved, loving, and they are love. And our prayers go to them and to all of the people that are in our minds today that need our love, need our prayers. So now we put their names in our mind or out loud and express them. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. And now together, we say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts, as we have also forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the honor, and the power forever. Amen.
Kind friends all gathered round. Something I would say. That what brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside. Where strangers are as family and loneliness can't hide. You must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. Learn to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you the So give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you're ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It'll be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. So give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
I sort of think that love is sort of the reason we're here today. Look, now we're going to learn how to give. And it's simple. Just say yes. I'm done. No. But you know, just saying yes is not an easy thing in life. It really isn't. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine, Steve, and I said I was going to give a talk on just saying yes. And he said, "What are you doing? Talk on yes? Going to start a dating club?" I said, "No, but we might." And I was trying to figure out, well, I knew what just saying yes meant, but how to communicate that. So I thought about all of the ideas that keep us, initially, from just saying yes. Are you good enough? Smart enough? Dressed right? Are you less than? These are, and there's many more. If anybody has, what is your favorite reason for saying no? If you think about it, there's something in there that when somebody asks you something, no, not me, no, I'm too busy, nope, I might get in trouble. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to do a real quick meditation. Real quick. But it's basically to maybe get an idea of what just say no feels like, because that's where we're going to start. So close your eyes for just a second. And now that you're in yourself, you've just been asked to go to a party. Wonderful party. Then you get a phone call. Your ex is going to be at the party. So you get past that. And then you get dressed and you go out the door, and the first thing you see is a snake crawling right in front of you. Oh, there's a spider over there. Take 2 steps and a frog jumps down and lands on your shoulder. Got some ideas of what yes feels like? Or no feels like? Each of those things sort of tells us or shows us what that gut no is. And we need to identify that, because there's so much more than just that. So let's look at just say, or just yes. There's an emotional yes as well. And it's not a meditation, but yeah, I'm sure you can imagine you're going into a grocery store, and on the left-hand aisle, you've always got the you always have the sweets, the breads, the ice cream, the cakes. Those are, oh, I want one of those. No, I want both of them. They only go best together, so I'll get a cake and ice cream. You can instantly feel, I want that, I want that. And there may be other things in your life. If you have an addiction, or have had an addiction, that pull that you feel when confronted with a situation can be an enormous yes. But you know by now that that's not where you need to go. So, I'm going to read you something from Corinthians. I like to read the whole paragraph, it doesn't all come together. And it's 2 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 15 through 20. And in this confidence I wished you to come before, that you might receive grace doubly, and pass by you on my way to Macedonia, and again to come back to you from Macedonia, so you may accompany me to Judea. When I therefore was considering this, did I consider it lightly, or see the things which I am considering worldly? Because these answers would have been either yes, yes, or no, no. But as God is true, our word to you was not yes and no. For the Son of God, Jesus Christ, who was preached among you by us, and even by me and Silvanus and Timotheus, was not yes and no. With him, it was always yes. I'm going to go back to one, because we often don't think about yes, yes, and no, no. It only appears twice in the Bible. Once when Jesus said it, I think in Matthew, and then this particular passage where Paul was talking. But there are 2 levels of yes, yes, and no, no. He says there's yes, yes, and no, no. So there's something else going on here. And that's the intellectual yes. The intellectual yes really is about up here, the frontal lobe, where you think about something and analyze it. Use the knowledge that you've gotten and the understanding that you've gotten in meditation. And you analyze whether this is good for you or not. For instance, when you walked out into the on your porch and you saw the snake, those snakes are good. They're important. When you saw the spider, they keep the mosquitoes away. And the frog is wonderful. Now, the party may not have your ex there, and that might be better. But at that party, you might actually get the job of your life, or meet the person you've always looked for. So by saying no without thinking, you don't end up doing what you do that really is in your best interest. So we now have a brief understanding of the intellectual yes and the intellectual. Maybe I'll go over it some more. When you think of yes, or when you think of no, do you ever trigger what's really inside you to have guidance? There's probably more to the story. Yes, I know there is. If you take the intellectual and the emotional and put them together, where does that leave you? The spiritual. And it's the spiritual yes that really I'm talking about today. Because in knowing what it feels like, because your intuition needs to guide your intellectual part, your knowledge. When your feeling and your knowledge and intellect work together, that's spiritual yes. And remember that both Jesus and Paul said, for him it was always yes. Because that's what gives us life. That is life. So now we've got 3 yeses and 3 nos. All of them are important, because that intellectual no will keep you out of trouble. And the intellectual yes will lead you into paths that you had never thought of going. And you can explore the knowledge, make sense out of the knowledge that you accumulated over life. But when they're combined, when you can combine the intellectual and the intuitional in spiritual understanding, then that's where we're going. Now, it's sometimes really nice to have a tool when we look at spiritual yes. And I go with Ross Goodman because he was my first minister. I don't know if any of you know him. But he always said, and usually in the meditation, go directly to God. Not God directly to God, but go directly to God. And then to man as God directs. This usually was, should I see a doctor? Should I go to a party? Should I do whatever, or should I not? If you think of that, go directly to God and then to man as God directs, you can do it with assurance that you're on the Christ path. Anybody here use a pendulum? Aha, a few. A pendulum works very simply. You tell it, and show me a yes, and it'll do it. And then you take another, you put it down, and you say, show me a no, and it'll go a different direction. There isn't necessarily any one direction that's yes or no. Jan and I had completely different yeses and nos. But it'll show you each of them. Now, is this magical or mystical? No. It's the Christ within helping us make decisions. So if you use a pendulum or some other form of determining yes or no when decisions are just simply so tough, the Christ within you knows yes or no. Because that is the center of spiritual understanding. And as we go along, all right. Charles Fillmore said, "My understanding tells me that everything in my life has a meaning for good." And that's true. But that good is in the word yes. Before we go, I'm going to do one little thing. I'm going to ask you to do something. Take your hands, put them against your cheek. Close your eyes. Smile as broadly as you can. Just smile, smile, smile. Make your whole face smile. Now say yes.
Yes.
You know, it's almost impossible to say no doing that. So anytime you can look at a situation and you want to say yes, look in a mirror. Oh, maybe close your eyes and look in a mirror. But look in a mirror. And just say yes. Life is with us. Christ is with us. We're on the same team. We're going the same way. So just say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Is it on now? There we go. Thank you, Jeff. That was fantastic. I'm going to do that. So, okay, now let's see, where are we? Okay, this is the time when we gratefully and joyfully give our tithes and offerings in support of our spiritual community and in gratitude for all the ways that we are blessed. We invite you to take your offering in your hand as we sing our offering affirmation song, I Am Divine Love. You can leave your offerings in the basket on the wall as you're entering the sanctuary at the end of the service. We'll just say it. Okay, we're just going to say it. Okay. I am divine love. I'm unlimited supply. All that I am, all I have, all I give and receive, blesses me, blesses you, and blesses all the world. Good. Okay, so we're just going to take a moment now, bless the offering that we received. So we offer in gratitude, just appreciation for all the gifts that we are given here at Unity North Tampa, all the gifts that come in the offering here and online and in the mail and all the various other ways that we are blessed. And we dedicate every single gift that we have to the working of the divine purpose. And so it is. Amen. Okay, would our prayer chaplains who are on duty please stand? Our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you privately after the service. Everything shared with them is absolutely confidential, and our prayer chaplains who are on duty are wearing purple stoles. Okay, now we've got our announcements. Please be sure to review our August calendar for our upcoming events, including our spiritual movie night this Friday at 6:30 p.m., where we will be showing the Moses Code, which has to be a fantastic movie because some of us have been reading the author's book, and so I'm looking forward to this movie. We have a good time. It's free to attend, and we have popcorn and refreshments available, and we do accept a love offering. Please leave your filled out speaker evaluation forms and information update forms in the basket in the foyer or in fellowship on your way out. Okay, now this name I'm not sure how I'll pronounce, but we'll get to it because I've heard this person's really good. Yep, next. Okay, there There's his picture too. There. Next Sunday, we're excited to have Reverend Clive D. Laporte as our guest speaker, sharing his message, Rediscovering Wow. So this week it was yes, and next week it's wow. Yeah. Also, next Sunday, Shirley Rell will be leading our drumming circle from 1 to 2. We are looking for some volunteers to help Marion with transportation to and from his bus stop on Sundays, as well as someone to help open and close on Sundays. The opening just basically involves making coffee. Closing and pretty much involves taking down the garbage. And you can look for Vicki in the outreach room afterwards to sign up.
And just say yes.
And the one nice thing about signing up is you could sign up for once a month. So it doesn't have to be every Sunday, but just pick your Sunday of the month and make that your Sunday. Okay, now we have a Raise game that is next Saturday. And they have a faith day. I went to it before. And first of all, you get really good prices on the tickets. And then after the game, you get to meet with several of the spiritual raised players who want to share their faith. So, and plus they are playing the Chicago White Sox on Saturday, which Chicago White Sox are the very best team in Major League right now. Also the Chicago, if anybody watched Field of Dreams, the Chicago White Sox were there walking out of the cornfields. But, so we have this next Saturday. The game is at 1:10. The tickets are $30 and they're normally $60, and you get a hat. And I think there's a bobblehead too, if you get there in time. Yeah, Tyler Glasnow bobblehead. Okay, so, and the deadline is tomorrow. So you can see me afterwards, or Linda Carver really is in charge of it, but she's not here today, so I'm her substitute. And we can share rides and everything, but it's a really good price, a lot of fun. We can share riding, and the deadline is tomorrow. So, okay, we have come to the end of the service. And I will recommend that you all leave quickly and quietly, to leave a nice quiet space for people who would want prayer with the prayer chaplains. So we're going to stand as we sing the peace sign. Okay, are we going to sing it? Oh, I'm not leading. Yeah.
What?
Yes, John.
Say yes.
Somebody just said I have to say yes. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be, with God as Creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. True peace begins with me, for this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Yes.
Okay, we are going to affirm our oneness prayer. Alrighty. The light of
watches over us. We are presence.